Hey there friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda. I am a breast cancer survivor and competitive athlete, and on today's episode we are going to talk about all of the medals that I have won since returning to competitive sports after my breast cancer diagnosis. So I still owe you guys some story times about my whole journey with cancer, and you know, there's a reason I haven't published things just yet. You know, if you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've gone through that experience of chemotherapy and surgery, radiation, hormone therapy, all of the things, sometimes it can be hard to talk about. You know, I have to catch myself when I'm in a good place mentally to be able to talk about it. But for now, join me, grab a cup of coffee. This is going to be probably a longer, cozy video, and I am going to share with you all some of the medals. I think it's everything. I don't know, so okay. I don't know where my medals are from previous years before I had cancer. I still have things in storage, and my life is a little bit still of a mess since having to pack up my whole world and move after my separation. So I'm still kind of figuring things out, but we're gonna go over, I have 3 bags worth of medals from, so yeah, it's basically gonna be all the medals that I have received from 2019 onward. You know, most of them are just completing a race, but some of them are ones that I've actually like earned because I placed. So if you've been around with me a long time, I used to do a mug of a day. This is the one we have today. I have a coffee mug collection. Let me know down in the comments below what you collect. I used to collect coffee mugs. I don't now because I just can't afford to do that, and I just don't have space, so I don't buy them anymore until one day I have a home of my own, not the stinky little apartment. So let's get going. All right, Kiki and Evie are probably going to make appearances, so if you love cats, enjoy. No weird comments, you guys, this time about my cats. They are well loved, they are well spoiled, and cats be cats. They're just going to do their things. So, okay, for those of you who do not know my story, I was a competitive gymnast in the 90s. I competed for USA Gymnastics. I was a level 5 when I competed. I could do skills above that, but that's what I competed. And the highest I ever placed was fifth place. I was also a runner, and before my diagnosis of breast cancer, I ran half marathons and all the other things. So we're gonna get into it. It's a lot. So it's gonna be a good test of my memory if I can remember certain things, but we'll get started with a trophy. This one is the first and only trophy I have ever earned in any sport. This is from this year. I competed at the district championships for Southern Pacific. That's the district I am in for gymnastics, for AAU, and I was an all-around 3rd place finisher for the AAU Excel Silver, and I got this little trophy. I have never won a trophy, so this was like really cool. Like, you have no idea how excited I am as a 39-year-old lady that I won a trophy for gymnastics. That's never happened to me before until this year. So here is trophy tour, and I'm just so grateful that I was able to do that. So we're gonna go through 2026 because my season is over. I'm gonna try to start at the beginning. Now this season is just strictly gymnastics trophies, not trophies, gymnastics medals, because I couldn't do any running this year. I had a terrible ankle sprain in December. I fell down a flight of stairs and really messed up my ankle. I have an ankle that's really hypermobile, and if I'm not careful and not wearing a brace on it, sometimes it'll slip and then I'll just fall and eat it, and that's kind of what happened. It was the perfect storm of it being rainy, and I slipped and I fell and I just went down the stairs and I haven't really been able to run for a long period of time. Gymnastics, like, it's different because the impact is just like during certain skills, but running, you know, it's that constant repetitive motion. So I haven't ruled out whether I will try to finish my runs for the year. Each year I have competed in or ran for the Golden State Challenge in California. Highly recommend it. I will try to link it down below if I remember. Definitely recommend it. It's a fun experience. You get to run all over California. It's really cool. I really enjoyed my time doing that, but no medals for running, so everything here is gymnastics. So we're going to start with my first set of medals. The first meet I did this year was the National Judges Cup in Anaheim, California. And this was back in January of this year. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to compete because, like I had just mentioned, I had sprained my ankle really badly. And so I was uncertain if I was going to compete. It was a huge bummer because I was making significant progress on vault. And I was so excited to compete vault because this season, like, it felt like this was going to be my season that I could be vault champion at some point. Spoiler, that didn't happen at all. But I came close one time. So I got 3 medals from that competition. So let's go through them. These ones actually have my scores on them. So I placed, let's see, this one is for the all-around. So in gymnastics for women's, the all-around is doing all 4 events, and it's your total score for all of those events. I placed 5th. Yeah, I placed 5th in the all-around. My total score was 34.7, and this was my 5th place medal that I earned from the Judges Cup. So all of the medals look the same for this meet, but that's my 5th place medal. I also placed on beam. So beam has been something that's been surprising to me as I've come back as an adult gymnast competing. Beam was like my worst as a kid, but it's become one of my best. So this one I placed 3rd. I got an 8.725. It's the same medal, but this one is my 3rd place medal. And my final medal from that meet, this is my 2nd place medal that I earned. This is for vault. I scored a 9.025. That was the highest at that time that I had ever scored on vault. And let me tell you, I was over the moon. I thought I had a chance of winning. And that really made it think that, oh my gosh, I could actually win a vault title. That's possible. For me, I've always been, I don't know if mediocre is the right word, but I've been just average, you know. And since coming back as an adult, typically I finish last or close to it just because my body is just not the same since cancer. But I finished 2nd, and that just blew my mind. Okay, let's go on to the next meet. I have 3 medals from the next meet. So I used to train at Fallbrook Gymnastics. That's been my home gym since the last 3 years. And they unfortunately closed this week. Oh God, I don't want to cry. Heartbroken, but they were so good to me. I do not remember what these are for, but this was the Las Vegas Mega Meet my gym hosts. They do such a good job with this meet. I know one is an all-around medal, but let me see. I might have posted on Instagram. But I placed 3 times. I got one of them I know was an all-around medal. They all look the same. I will write in the notes up here what they're for. See, my memory is really bad. But I got 3 medals. I placed on 2 events, and one of them is an all-around that I placed in. So, really cool. This meet, I remember being in a complete daze. I had just had a round of cancer treatment. I am on maintenance treatment, and I was feeling absolutely awful and winded. I'm so grateful for my teammates, the adults that were competing with me. They checked in on me. I was on the struggle bus. I was I don't even know if I was crying or I just didn't feel good. I was feeling completely awful, and I showed up, medaled on 2 events and the all around. So very grateful for that. Okay, the next one, let's see. The next medal, this one is just like a participation. Everyone got it. This is from the World Cup. I have competed in masters gymnastics, so if you're over the age of 30, which I definitely am, you can compete in the masters division. And I have competed it now at 3 World Cups. I competed in 2024 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Last year we went to Leipzig, Germany to compete, and I competed again in Cambridge at MIT, so I got this medal. I didn't place on anything, which was to be expected, because this meet we had people that were elite gymnasts all the way down to my level and below, so I'm still very cool experience to have that medal. I'm hopeful for this next season. We're going to Japan to compete, so fingers crossed I can still go. Okay. So, oh, and one thing, backtrack. This meet, I had worked so hard for some upgrades, and I got injured the week before. I was vaulting, I was working on some vault upgrades, and I pulled a muscle in my lower abs. I couldn't do bars. All of my bar upgrades done. All of my floor was kind of okay, beam was kind of okay, vault was trash, bars was trash. It was such a bummer because I wanted to showcase my upgrades, because the scoring is different because it's under FIG rules, so it's the international rules like you see elite gymnasts do, you know, at the competitions where you can score above a 10. I was putting together some pretty cool routines and I couldn't do any of them. So still had a great time, but that was a bummer. The next meet, we're going back to AAU. This meet was the one you saw that trophy for, was districts, and I placed on everything, so that was exciting. This was our district championships. So this one's the most exciting because it's second place. I placed second on floor. I have never placed second on floor before until then, so I think I scored above a 9. But these are pretty cool little medals. They spin. See if that'll focus. But that's my second place medal. I was still injured because this was like a couple weeks after, so my routines were kind of trash, but you know, good enough for second, I guess. And then on all of the other events, beam, vault, and bars, I placed third. And I was third in the all around, so that's what they all look like. So that was district championships. Now we move on to regionals. Regionals was a few weeks later, and I was just coming back from those injuries. I did not place on anything. I did the best I think I've ever done at regionals, and I didn't place on anything. I was the only adult in that competition that didn't medal on anything. And usually I don't care, but for some reason this year I got really sad about it. And this was, oh, here's the medal. This is the all-around medal. I forgot what I placed, but they give all participants an all-around medal. So this was like pretty far out in placement, but I didn't place on any of the events. I still had a great time. I loved cheering on my friends and some of my gymnastics buddies. It was their first time competing at regionals, and for me that was so cool because like they were so nervous about competing, and gosh, you guys, I was just so proud of them. So beyond proud of them for going out of their comfort zone and doing it. Okay. The last competitive medal, kind of a similar story, just my injuries. It just took too long to get things back, get back to the shape I was in before the injury, before Masters. But this is my medal. I placed 6th in the all-around at AAU Nationals. So this is the national championship that was in Knoxville, Tennessee. I didn't medal on anything, and I was the only silver who did not medal on any event. And I actually got really sad, and again, I think it's just like that season where I thought this was going to be my year and it wasn't. I got so sad because they gave me a medal and then realized, oops, that wasn't for you, and they took it away. Oh, that made me so sad. My heart, like, because I didn't think I placed, and I was like, oh my god, I did. How cool. But I placed 6th in the all-around. So that was my season. I went to gymnastics camp, and they gave us, like, you know, a fun little participation medal for attending adult gymnastics camp. Highly recommend if you are looking for an adult gymnastics camp. I go every year. It's the original adult gymnastics camp. I've gone 5 years now. Highly recommend. It's a great time, and I have the best time. So that was my season for 2026. All right, so we talked about 2026. Now I'm going to go into my different bags that have my other medals. I don't have a way currently to display all of the medals. I have little hangers for them, but the walls in my apartment are really bad, and pretty much anything sturdy I try to hang falls down. Even with hiring someone that knows what they're doing, the walls here aren't very good. So one day when I have my own home, I'm manifesting it, when I have my own home, I will display these in my gym. So one day, please, one day. But yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna see how many medals I remember, and let's get going. Okay. The first medal is, so these are 2025. This is the Run Malibu 2025 5K finisher. So I did a 5K as part of the Golden State Challenge last year in Malibu. Malibu, of all of the races for the Golden State Challenge, is my favorite. I don't remember my times for any of these. That one we ended up having to do virtually because there was a horrific rainstorm that happened and a lot of the roads were flooded. So I pulled up to the race that morning after driving like 3 hours to get there to find out it was canceled. So we had to do it virtually. So that was that. Okay. The next medal is this one. I believe this is my participation medal for surviving adult gymnastics camp. It's the same one I talked about. I go every year. So there's that one. The next medal, this is from the Aquarium of the Pacific 5K. This one's a cool one. This is in Long Beach. This is one of my other favorite races. You get to run through the Aquarium of the Pacific at the end of the course of the 5K. This medal is so cool. They did a really good job designing these. This is a fun 5K, great community. The support from the community is just phenomenal for this race. It's part of the Golden State Challenge. Let's see, what's next? Oh, this one's kind of a medal. Alright, this is the 5K. It wasn't truly a 5K, but they've labeled it as such. The Walk of Hope. So Michelle's Place is a local resource center for cancer survivors and patients and families in my area. And this is what they gave us for completing. They were great in finding resources for me when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, so I try to go to their 5K Walk of Hopes whenever I can. Kiki, Evie, come on my friends, go on. What are you guys doing? Mama's trying to film. Alright, let's see what comes out next. Haha. Alright, this one is part of the Golden State Challenge as well. This one is my half marathon medal from the Golden Gate Challenge, or the Golden Gate half marathon in San Francisco. If you've never been to San Francisco, this is a great one to do. If you have a bucket list for your runs, this one here, you run across the Golden Gate Bridge, which is really cool. So I am originally from the San Francisco Bay Area, so it's a treat going home. And I love this run. It's beautiful, but the weather can be sneaky, so if you're fast, you can get through where it's not too hot, but otherwise it can get really warm. Gorgeous course. It is so much fun running in San Francisco. Very, very, very hilly, so practice your hills for that one. Okay, the next one is the Surf City 10 miler official finisher medal. This is based in Huntington Beach, California. This one is part of the Golden State Challenge. This race I had some serious issues with. It got fixed, but for a long time they had me listed as not completing the event, even though clearly I did. They had my bib number, listed as a 90-year-old man. Am I a 90-year-old man? No. But that's what happened, and it took probably like almost 6 or 7 months to get it fixed. That was really frustrating. But this is a nice course in Huntington Beach. They have different levels, whether you could do a 5K, 10K, or a 10 miler. I did the 10 miler last year, and that's the medal. Okay, the next one. This is my all-time favorite half marathon. This is the Run Malibu half marathon. So this is the one where that crazy storm was happening, and they decided to continue having the run anyway the next day because the conditions did improve. It's in an area where there's a lot of rock slides, so we had to be real careful, but the conditions were good enough where we were able to do the run. Highly recommend it. It sells out. It is a little bit more on the pricier side, but the course is gorgeous and it's a good time. It's a real good time. I love this run a lot, and I'm hoping maybe I'll be able to do it again this year, but we'll see. It's all part of the Golden State Challenge, so this is a great one to do. It's gorgeous. You run, you see the ocean, beautiful. Okay, my next one. Okay, this one's kind of a funny one. So that's part of the combo for the Surf City, the 10 miler. The day before we also had a 1 miler on the beach. Running on the sand is no joke. Like, don't think it's nothing, because it is a lot, because you're using different muscles. I've learned over the years that if I'm going to do like a half marathon or, you know, anything substantial, I will walk this. It's not worth getting injured in the sand or just getting tired. I will walk this one, get my medal, and rest up for the race the next day. This is in Huntington Beach. It's not part of the Golden State Challenge, but it is a combo that you can add on to the Surf City Challenge. So this is our combo medal we got for completing the 2 of them. So this is for the 10 miler and the 1 mile on the beach for Surf City in Huntington Beach, California. So you can do the beach mile, and you can also do the 5K, 10K, or 10 miler to earn this combo medal. Okay. The next one, this one's another half marathon that I love. I'm sad I missed it this year, but it's in Solvang, California. It's the Santa Barbara Wine Country half marathon. They have such cool medals. Like, look at that. Love it. This race is very scenic. You run in Solvang. There is one really steep hill mid-course, so prepare hills if you're going to do this one. I loved this one. This one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's gorgeous. It is more on the pricier side. It has a combo challenge medal as well that you can do for this, and it's part of a wine festival, so you can pay and go to that as well and taste a bunch of great wines. It is a great time. I like this one a lot. So much fun. Okay, so this one is another fun one. the Napa, the Sonoma, this one's unique where it's not a, you know, a loop that you do, it's a point-to-point half marathon. So this is the Napa, the Sonoma half marathon, just like the one in Solvang. This is also part of the Golden State Challenge. Like, look how cool. It's got these little wine glass charms on it. It's another half marathon that I did. I really enjoy this one. I've been able to PR this course, like just for me, not anyone else, but it's part of the Golden State Challenge. It's a fun time. I really enjoy this race. It's really cool to say you ran from one city to another. So you run from Napa to Sonoma, and there's a wine festival. It's just a great time. So it's a fun, like, getaway destination race. And then this one, this medal here, is the Napa the Sonoma combo challenge. So they call their 5K the Rosé 5K that you do the day before the half marathon. So this is part of the combo. This is the medal that we got in 2025 for doing both the 5K and half marathon. It was a good time. I really enjoyed doing that run. This one's a good one. Okay, so the Golden State Challenge. Last year they had 8 race weekends. This year they have 9. And if you run 4 of the races from 5K distance or higher, you win the Golden State Challenge medal. It's such a cool medal. I am a finisher 3 years in a row. I probably won't be this year unless I can do virtual at the end of the year when my ankle's better. But how cool. It's such a cool medal. I love this run so much. And you earn this after you complete your 4th run. So that's the Golden State Challenge. Okay, this one is very special to me. Look how pretty. This is like, look how gorgeous. This marathon, this is the 2nd marathon I ran last year, part of the Golden State Challenge. This was my finisher medal from Long Beach. Long Beach so far is my favorite full marathon. The vibes from that are just amazing, just perfect. And sometimes, like, when you're a slower runner like I am, it is hard toward the end. The crowd goes away. There's not as much like momentum and excitement. But I remember, like, around the course, around mile 20 something, I was like feeling it. I was worried I was gonna just hit a wall. But there is the nicest lady handing out frozen grapes to all the runners, and that little bit gave me such a pick-me-up that I was able to continue on and gave me a burst of energy. But this is a medal I'm very proud of, especially because I do a lot of these events and there's nobody at the finish line for me. I don't have anybody there to cheer me on. I'm responsible for getting myself there and back. I have to drive there and back before and after runs. I didn't have anybody there supporting me or cheering me on. But they did something really special this year, or this particular race, where they had our names on our bib so people could read your name and say, like, "Go Amanda," and it meant so much. And then because I did that 5K, the Aquarium of the Pacific one, we also got, this is our like little combo medal right there. So this medal, so gorgeous, so beautiful. I'm very, very proud of this one. Let's see. Here is the Napa de Sonoma, the 5K. Found it. That's the rosé one for completing the 5K. That's a fun little course, kind of through the vineyards and stuff. This course for last year, I was incredibly sick. I had the worst migraine of my life. I was also heading to my 20-year high school reunion, and basically I was running the 5K, going to my high school reunion, and then going back to run a half marathon, because that's just me, crazy how I roll. But I was so sick with a migraine. I got incredibly sick. I was having a bad reaction from my treatment because I had just had treatment like a couple days prior, and I was vomiting. So I actually had to carry an M&S bag with me, and I was vomiting mid-run on a 5K. Not a fun race, but I was very proud of myself for doing it. And then after this, instead of having fun with my best friend, because she did come out to support me, like hereafter I just said I don't have support at races. Occasionally, yes I do. My best friend was there for me for this one. Meant the world. And I just had to take migraine meds and pass out and try to pull myself together to go to my high school reunion that night. So, interesting weekend. Okay. The next one. This is the Beta Breakers. It is in San Francisco. I did, so it's a 12K, and then I always do, this is my other one that goes with it, I do the bonus when I run it, so it's a 15K, so I do, or maybe it's a 9K. It's a unique distance, so it kind of goes like this, where you can put them together. Funny story, okay. I went through TSA with this medal. I didn't check a bag, and they were like, what is this? So they had to like pull it out because they thought I was bringing a weapon on the plane. That was, they let me through, but I had to go through some additional screening on this because they thought it was a weapon. It is not. Not a weapon. This medal here, it's an experience going to Beta Breakers. It is quite the experience. Prepare to see, some people just do not wear clothes for this race because it is just a very unique run. So I have unfortunately had an oiled up naked man bump into me, which was not fun. People have some very unique costumes, so you can dress up and it's kind of like a big party, but you know, it's a unique and fun experience. So that's the medals from that. Okay, this medal is another full marathon distance. This is from the Huntington Beach Surf City, USA marathon. They have it like at the end of January, early February. This was the first marathon of the season. It is the second official full marathon that I have done since beating cancer. So this one, I have ran this one before post-cancer. So, and I shaved off time. So when I ran this one a few years before, I was really sad because I was so slow. I almost missed the cut off the finish, but I couldn't finish under the big sign. They had to pull us off to the parking lot to finish on a mat, and that made me so sad. But I was like, I need to do this again and finish under the sign, and this time I did. It was a great experience. I was tired. This is another one where I didn't have support necessarily. Like I didn't have like, what is the word? I didn't have anyone at the finish line to come collect me, so I had to make the drive home after that. Not fun. I would have stayed in a hotel for a night if I could afford it, but not in the cards. And this one here is for completing the challenge. So the Surf City, they also have a beach mile, like the what is it? The Surf City 10. They have a beach mile, so same thing, you just do a mile on the beach in the sand, and then if you do that and the 5K or 10, do they have a 10K? I'm not sure, half marathon or full marathon, you get the Cowabunga Challenge medal. So those are the medals from running. Now let's get into gymnastics medals. Okay, so these two medals right here, they're pretty much identical to the Mega Meet medals that I got in the years prior, or the one I showed you for 2026, but these two, one of them is an all-around medal and one of them is for beam. I don't remember my scores. This meet right here was one I almost didn't go to, and it was one of the hardest of my life. It was so hard, and it's because the week before my mom passed away. and I wasn't sure if I was going to even be up to competing, but my mom made me promise to always follow my dreams no matter what, and I did. And I went and I placed on beam. It was probably the sketchiest handstand I've ever done on beam, but I placed, and that's all for you, Mom. All for you. This medal here, let's see, I didn't compete at districts or regionals. I was signed up for regionals, but I scratched because I went with the Masters team as an individual all-around competitor to compete in Germany at Leipzig at the Turnfest in 2025. This is just for completing the all-around for the women's and on the individual competitive day. And that's so cool. Like I can say I'm an internationally competitive gymnast. Like that was by far such a cool experience. Like that, oh my gosh, what a dream. Like that was such a good experience. I almost didn't go because things were tight after my mom passed away financially, but I had prepaid for so much of it and had saved up for it, so I took the chance and I still went. Memories for a lifetime. Now, the last set of medals, they all look the same. But this is from the Adult National Championships for AAU. They had our adult competition separate, so I'm just going to show you one of these because they all look the same. But I placed on everything for every event and in the all-around. I'm not sure what my exact placements were. Not first, I know that, but it was still a really cool experience. So I placed on floor, beam, bars, vault, and in the all-around. And this was in Illinois. And yeah, that was a cool experience to place on everything again because I hadn't done that since 2023. So, good season. Okay, so we have talked about 2026 and 2025. This next bag has so many medals. Oh my gosh, it's really heavy. Let me show you. This whole bag is full of medals, so you guys ready for this? I'm not sure if I'm going to remember what everything is for, but I'm going to try my best. This is basically everything from probably 2019 on. 2019 is when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and everything here is something I earned after the fact. So let's dig in and see what we get. Okay, I know what this one is. Okay, we are starting off with, we are starting off with another Golden Gate half marathon. So I did the half marathon at the Golden Gate Bridge again. This one was from 2024. Again, I really highly recommend this one. It's a really cool time. Going over the Golden Gate Bridge and running is pretty fun. This one, okay, this is Run Malibu again. This is their combo challenge medal. I think, yeah, from 2024. So this one I had to do the 5K and half marathon to earn that medal. Okay, this one is this both? This is the medal for Run Malibu. This is the 5K finisher medal from 2024. They had to do it at a new location. There was some issue with it. It used to be at Zuma Beach, but they moved it up the PCH a little bit. So that's from the 5K. That's part of that combo challenge. Let's see. What is next? Oh, okay, this one is not a marathon. So I used to do a lot of triathlons. This is from the Orange County Lake Mission Viejo Orange County Triathlon. This is for completing it. It's pretty cool. It's got a little, it's like a little fidget spinner medal. I've never seen one like that before. This is from 2023. That is probably the last the last triathlon I did, unfortunately, there was one I was going to do later that I had already paid for. I ended up losing my money for it. They had a dangerous algae super bloom, not for this event, but whatever one I had signed up for, and they moved it on a date that I was booked for work already, so I couldn't go. Triathlons are very expensive, just like gymnastics, and when I went through my separation, I had to cut down on all the sports that I did, so we're gonna have some fond memories here of some of the events. This one was my first, not a super sprint, but it was a sprint triathlon, and it was really cool. So part of the USA triathlon. Great experience. I enjoyed that one. Okay. My next medal, oh, it's a gymnastics one. This is one of my 2023, my first gymnastics meet back, as I went straight to nationals in Orlando, Florida in 2023. I placed on everything. I placed 4th in all around, 4th on everything, and 3rd on something. I forget what event I placed 3rd on. See if I remember, I'll put it somewhere, but that's that medal. Let's see. Oh, I forgot about this one. This is the Beach Cities Challenge medal. Was there another part to that? Was that it? You got this really cool dolphin. You had to complete, I believe it was the Long Beach run, Surf City, and then I think, so it was also the Orange County one as well. And then if you did all those, you got the Beach Cities Challenge medal. So it's this little dolphin. And that was from 2024. I did so many races in 2024 and 2025. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, this is for Long Beach. This is part of the Golden State Challenge as well. This is the 40th year they did this event. This is from 2024, the Long Beach Combo. So this year I would have done a 5K and I would have done a 5K and the half marathon for this year. So I got the combo medal. Okay, my camera is gonna die. Let me see if I can get in one or two more. This one here is the Aquarium of the Pacific 5K, part of that combo challenge for Long Beach. So that's the really cool one where you run through the aquarium. That's from 2024. So pretty. Okay, here's the half marathon medal. Look how cool. That's for Long Beach. That's the half marathon. That was my first year doing this particular half marathon. Very cool experience. Highly recommend. Long Beach is one of my favorite runs. Can you guys not fight? My cats are getting ready to swat each other. Okay. Alright, this one is another unique one. This is a 5K medal. I did this in 2022. This is the 5K at the runway at Ontario Airport. So California has a city called Ontario, so Ontario International Airport. We did a 5K on the runway, so next to it, kind of, sort of. But that was kind of a unique, cool experience. So I did that in 2022. This is the Surf City 10 miler. This is probably from 2024, I believe. So that was another fun, oh yeah, 2024, you can see it clearly on here. So I did the 10 miler distance, and this is part of another challenge for the Golden State Challenge. Okay, Run Malibu. This is the half marathon medal. Kind of a unique medal. That's for their half marathon distance for 2024. my favorite all-time half marathon run Malibu. And that's the combo challenge medal for 2024. For some reason, they gave me 2 of these. Okay, this is the Napa the Sonoma run. This is, I don't know if that's the half marathon, but it's like a wine coaster or a drink coaster, which is kind of unique. I've never seen one like that before. It's for the race weekend for Napa the Sonoma. It says either the half marathon or 5K. I'm not sure which one, but I will check in just a moment. Okay, that had to have been the 5K. That was the 5K because this one is their 20th anniversary year half marathon for the Napa to Sonoma. That is the finisher medal for the half marathon. Cool little medal. Okay. Oh, you know what this is? This is the combo medal for doing the half marathon and 5K. That's what that is, because this is the Rosé 5K medal for doing the Napa the Sonoma race. So that's for the 5K. They do it the day before the half marathon. Oh, this one's a special one. This is the Golden State Challenge medal from 2024. So again, you had to do 4 of 8 races to do this. I did, in 2024, I did all, 2024 and 2025, I did every race and every combo series you could do. And then you just had to do 4 of the 8 to win this medal. So very cool. Very proud of my Golden State Challenge medals. Oh, this one's another special one. This is the Kalmar half marathon. I went to Sweden in 2024. I had saved up all of my points on American Airlines and used their partner program and had a free flight minus the taxes to Sweden. I spent about a week in Sweden and I ran a half marathon in Kalmar. So my family, like on my dad's side, my battery died, but we're back. We were talking about Kalmar, the half marathon. This is from 2024. This is probably the slowest half marathon I did because I wasn't feeling very good. And I was in Sweden for this. My dad's side of the family, we have Swedish heritage, and I had a family that was from Kalmar, from, you know, back in the 1800s. So I got to run through a city that my family was from. It was a really cool experience. Okay. Next medal. I'm going to put my gymnastics medals to the side. We'll talk about those later. Gosh, so many medals. Okay, this is from the Solvang Santa Barbara Half Marathon 2024. One of my favorite wine country half marathons. I think I did the combo challenge, or no, there's no combo challenge for this one. It's just a straight up half marathon. Very fun. This was from Beta Breakers in 2024. This was the Orange County 20th Anniversary Half Marathon in 2024. I did the half marathon and the 5K. This is the first time and only time I've done this marathon so far, or a half marathon. This is the combo medal that we got from doing the 5K and half marathon. You could also have chosen the full marathon. I just did the half that year. And this is the 5K finisher. This one's a bit challenging, where if I remember correctly, they do the 5K the night before instead of the morning before, so you do one at night. Turn around, next morning you were running your half or full. And then let me put these off to the side, because those are gymnastics. Okay, Surf City. 2024, I just did the half marathon for Surf City. That one, very cool experience. Gosh, so many medals. This is nuts. I didn't realize how many I did. Okay. This is the Cowabunga Challenge for Surf City. You had to do the beach mile and either the half or full marathon. That year I did the beach mile and half. So there's the medal from that. Let's see. These are all gymnastics. That's gymnastics. Oh, this one actually, okay, this is not a pre-cancer, this is a pre-cancer medal, not post-cancer. This is from 2017, the Run Malibu half marathon. So you can see like how many years I've done this thing. I love that race so much. So that is not a pre-cancer medal. This is before I had cancer. This is the Golden State Challenge medal from 2023. I only did 4 of the 8 that particular year. Very proud I still finished though. This is the beach mile for the Huntington Beach race with Surf City 2024. This is my 5K medal for Run Malibu for 2023. I did the 5K. This one was very, very special. This was my first ever official marathon medal. This is from 2023. My first full marathon since beating breast cancer. That's the one I was telling you about that I didn't get to finish under the sign, but I'm still a finisher. This is the 2023 combo medal from Run Malibu. It is the challenge where you do the half marathon and 5K. And this is the 2023 half marathon for Run Malibu. Finished that half marathon and won that medal. Okay, that's a gymnastics one. We'll go over those in a bit. Okay, more gymnastics. Oh, I realized I probably showed you gymnastics one earlier. Let's see. Okay, this one is the Santa Barbara Wine Country half marathon. This is from 2023. That was a fun one. This is the 2023 Aquarium of the Pacific 5K in Long Beach. This was my first 5K back since beating breast cancer. This is from 2022. This is the Carlsbad 5000, the world's fastest 5K. That's the very first race I signed up for post breast cancer. So, very special. This is, I believe I did the 10K for this one. I think. It was the Resolution Jumpstart in Long Beach on New Year's Day. It was like you could do a 5K or a 10K. I did the 10K for that one. Bubble run. This is the one I did with a bunch of my friends. It's just a 5K where bubbles come down on you. They're supposed to be different colors, but they weren't for this one. Something was wrong with the machines. And I did this run with my friends. We all had survived breast cancer and we did this together. I believe that is from 2023. This is the Jingle and Mingle run. This was something like on Christmas Day or right before. It was a 15K in Northern California up in the mountains. Fun race. Oh, this one's a special one. The LA Tri-Series. Oh, I love this race. I enjoyed it. I was supposed to do the second one, but that's the one where there was an algae super boom, so I couldn't, super bloom, so I couldn't do it. But LA Tri-Series 1, I completed that triathlon. Really enjoyed that one. Oh, this is another pre-cancer medal. This is the San Diego Holiday Half Marathon. So I did this in 2017 before I had breast cancer. My one and only Ragnar medal. This is from 2022. I did the Ragnar Trail out in Wisconsin. Really fun experience with some of my friends that were breast cancer survivors. This is the Michelle's Place Walk of Hope. This is from 2019. I was still fighting breast cancer at this time, but I walked the 5K. This is the 2022 Elfin Forest Trail Run. I did the 5K. It was a bit too challenging for my ankles. My ankles were pretty unstable still. They got really weak after treatment, but fun experience. This is actually another pre-cancer race, I think from 2017 or so, the Great Inflatable Race. You just run and there's a bunch of inflatable obstacle courses, so that's separate. This is the 2022 Davis Moonlight Run. This one I was supposed to do, but then I got injured and then ended up having to do it virtually. So there was a few races that I wasn't able to do, but I was really excited to do this one because it was at night and my friends were going to be there, but I ended up having to switch to the virtual option. Another Michelle's Place Walk of Hope from 2022. Just a little 5K walk. Okay. This is the 2022 Hemet Tensile Triathlon. It's a reverse tri where you run first, then you bike, and then you swim. I have done some races where I didn't earn a medal. I got pulled from the course as a did not finish, which was really a bummer. So I don't have those medals, but I think that's my first official tri medal that I got. This is from 2023. It's the Brea 8K. Kind of a unique distance. I did that one with a friend that was also a survivor. Might be missing something. Oh, this is the breaker bonus for the 5K, or the, not the 5K, the Bay of the Breakers medal. This is like the outline for it where you can put your medal in here. This is when you just did the bonus where it turned it into a 15K. So this one here, this is a special one. This is from 2021. This is the Mud Girl Run. So I did this with a group of friends that I had known from breast cancer. So we did this all together. It was super fun. And then this one here, this one's very special. It's Run Malibu again. This one is 2022. It's my first half marathon since beating breast cancer. So 2022 is when I came back to running longer distances. And that is my half marathon medal from 2022. Okay, so that's all of the running medals. Let's go over the gymnastics ones. So I'm gonna break them up by year. This is from 2024, the Masters Gymnastics World Cup. That's my first ever World Cup I participated in for gymnastics. And didn't place on anything, but that's like the participation medal that we received. Okay, these medals all here from 2023. These were the first ever gymnastics medals I have ever got. I never got a medal as a kid, only ribbons, so getting actual gymnastics medals was so cool. These are all my 4th place, and this one was my 3rd place medal from 2024. So placed on every event. These medals here are just like from participating at adult gymnastics camps. One of them I went to the Chelsea Memo Adult Gymnastics Camp. I believe it's from that. I'm not sure. I went in 2024. And then these I believe are from the adult gymnastics camps for the one in New Hampshire that I go to each year. And then in 2024 I competed at the Regal Gymnastics meet in Vermont. Those are the medals, ones I believe all around, and I forgot what I placed on, but are those medals. I also that year, in 2024, I did the Chelsea Memo meet that she has, I forgot. The Chelsea Classic, I think. All around medal, and then one of them I think I placed on, actually I'm not sure. This one was actually cool because I was out in Wisconsin and a group of my friends came, so that was really fun. And then in 2024 I also did the Las Vegas Mega Meet, and I placed on 3 or 4 events. So I got 4 medals from that. And then I also, at the Western Regional Championships, let's see, I placed on everything actually. Okay, I got 5 medals, so forget, they're all magnetic. Okay, 5 medals here. Forgot my exact placements, but that's from the AAU Western Regionals, and I actually made Western Regionals team in 2024, which was really cool. I haven't made it since. And that's my 1 all-around medal in 2024 from Nationals at Fort Lauderdale, Florida for AAU. So those are all of my medals. And you know, my doctors had told me to find a new hobby. I'm so glad I didn't. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite medal was, and I would love to hear your journeys and your experiences, and tell me what you're working on. I will be sharing more about my breast cancer and athletic journey here on this channel, But holy crap, that's a lot of medals. I did not realize. In the final count, I'm not going to include the medals that I did before cancer because that's a whole different timeline, but this is really cool. So thank you for watching, and if you haven't, please subscribe. Please, please, please like the video, share with your friends, subscribe. It would mean the world. I want people to believe that they can go through something hard, but you can come out the other side and you can do things that you love. It might look a little different, but you know what? Get out there and do what you love. Life's too short. Bye for now.